Hello, and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream happening every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm Leslie Klein, and I'm here to help you live the Good Vibes Lifestyle. So, hashtag Good Vibes Lifestyle. So, wherever you're watching from on social media, I have 5 different Facebook pages: Instagram, YouTube, where else? Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, besides the Facebook pages. Um, Wherever you are, you can comment, and I can put your comments on the screen and answer any questions that you are having. And go ahead and let me know where you're watching from, because I love to know where my audience is. Now, a lot of times people catch us on the replay because this specific time may not be the best time for you to watch. But if you're watching, please comment on the screen. I'm happy to know who's watching and interact with you. So let's get into it. I am talking about today a little bit about spiritual activism, because we have some things happening in the world, in our country. And the spiritual activism has to do with you know, uh, peacefully protesting, letting our grievances be known to our government. And so I wanted to do a little civics lesson, I guess, about the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So here we go. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, which is what gives us our right to practice spiritually whatever religion or spiritual practice we wish to practice. Not every country has this right in their constitution. So that's what makes the United States so special. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, which enables us to freely talk and discuss things on platforms like social media, YouTube, Facebook, all the different social media. So, this is gives us our rights. These are our rights because we are Americans. Congress shall make no law uh, uh, respecting, excuse me, and it continues, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So, this part is really important, and this is what I wanted to talk a little bit about today, because this means that we have the right to peacefully gather in public spaces. But we have to be careful about, how and when we do this. This gives us the right as citizens to express concerns or complaints to the government without fear of punishment. However, these rights are not absolute. Um, for instance, the government cannot arbitrarily restrict public assemblies, but can enforce reasonable time, space, and manner regulations as long as they are content neutral. The government can require permits for large gatherings to ensure public safety. So that's why a lot of these protests, as long as you're on the public right of way, like protesting along sidewalks, not blocking traffic, this kind of thing, you don't need a permit for that. But you cannot go on private property. Protests that incite violence, trespass on private property, like I was talking about, or significantly disrupt public order can be restricted. And law enforcement can intervene if an assembly turns unlawful or violent. So, the big news this week, and what's happening actually tomorrow, is an economic blackout day, February 28th, where you may have seen it on social media. I've talked a little bit about it the last couple of episodes, but this is a day where we're letting those billionaires and oligarchs and corporations know that the power lies within the people. So basically, we're being encouraged not to spend any money, especially not use credit cards, not use the big box stores like Amazon, Walmart, any of them. And I was able to find out who actually, let me see if I can share my screen. I had a little power bump situation. Here we go, share screen. And I was able to locate where this kind of started from. And so let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see. So one of the sites, and there's several different groups that are involved in this um, economic blackout. And on Facebook, one of my friends had shared with me the People's Union USA. And so here is their website. John Swartz is the founder of it. And he says his mission is, we are not a political party. We are not a protest. We are a movement of people unionizing to take back control of our economy, government, and the future of our country. So what I wanted to share with you is that, here we go, the 24-hour economic blackout. So it starts tonight at midnight and goes for a whole 24 hours. And so this is it. They are saying that this is our first initial act. We turn it off. For one day, we show them who really holds the power. Again, from midnight tonight until midnight tomorrow, full 24 hours. And what not to do. Do not make any purchases. Do not shop online or in store. No Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, nowhere. Do not spend money, excuse me, on fast food, gas, major retailers. Do not use credit or debit cards for non-essential spending. But what you can do is only buy essentials of absolute necessity that are absolutely necessary, like food, medicine, emergency supplies. And if you must spend, only spend where you support small local businesses. He's also saying to spread the message, talk about it, post about it, document your actions. And why this matters is because the corporations and the banks only care about their bottom line. If we disrupt the economy for just one day, it sends a powerful message. And if they don't listen, and he's saying they won't, we'll make the next blackout longer. And he says we will. So he's saying this is our first action. This is how we make history. February 28th, the 24-hour economic blackout begins. And I actually found a video, let's see, of the actual founder, John Schwartz. Make sure you can see this. There it is. And let me let him, let you hear it from the horse's mouth. Hold on one second. Let me get these screens organized. And here he is, John Schwartz, with this particular group called the People's Union USA.
My fellow Americans, the 24-hour economic blackout is coming. On Friday, February 28th, the People's Union will make its first move. Now, some of you might be wondering, why does this matter? What impact will one day of economic resistance really have? Let me explain it to you. For decades, they have told us that we are powerless, that we have no control, and that this system is too big, too strong, too unshakable. But here's what they don't want you to realize. We, the people, are the system. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who buy. And we are the ones who make this country run. Without us, they have nothing. So what happens when we stop playing their game? You see, the economy does not belong to the rich. It belongs to us, the people who wake up every day and keep this country moving. But instead of serving us, the system has been designed to exploit us. Corporations profit off of our labor while keeping wages low. Banks steal billions through inflation and predatory policies. Politicians accept bribes disguised as donations while ignoring the people. They have taken everything from us while convincing us that we should be grateful for the scraps. And that ends now. On February 28th, we are going to remind them who really holds the power. For one day, we turn it off. For one day, we shut it down. For one day, we remind them that this country does not belong to the elite. It belongs to the people. And this will work. I know some of you might say one day won't make a difference, and that is exactly what they want you to believe. But trust me, A 24-hour blackout is just the first step. It's a test. If enough of us participate, they will feel it. If they don't listen, we escalate. The next one will last for 3 days. The next one will target specific industries. The next one forces them to respond. And this is not just a boycott. This is economic warfare. They have controlled us through our labor and spending. Now we control them. And this is how you can help this be a success. Commit to participating. On February 28th, do not spend money on anything. Not at any major corporation. No Amazon, no Walmart, no banks, no fast food chains. Only support small local businesses and essential needs. Spread the message. Tell your friends, tell your family, share this video, post about it, talk about it, get people involved. Because the more people who join, the bigger the impact. We will document the blackout. On February 28th, post your participation. Show empty stores. Show the receipts that say zero spent. Prove that the People's Union is real. Because this is just the beginning, my friends. They can ignore our words. They can ignore our protests. But they cannot ignore millions of people standing together. And this is the People's Union. And this is just the beginning. So drop a yes in the comment section if you are ready, and share this video to be a part of history, because on February 28th, we show them who really runs this country. We, the people, do. Thank you, my friends. I'll see you soon. My
So, let me stop here. About that. Okay, so that was John Swartz, who is with the peoplesunionusa.com, and you can go there to find out more about his website. And I also found another website. It's a bit.ly, bit.ly/boycottcentral, and there, actually, here you can actually sign up and let people know. Let me see if I can share the screen. Let people know, or let the group know that you're boycotting. And this is what the screen looks like. Maybe get a little bit bigger. And so the numbers are growing, but people are doing this without, necessarily signing up. But if you do, then you can find out more about any boycotts that will be coming up. So, some people may not like, to boycott. To protest, physically protest. But, so this is another way that you can get involved and get your message out there if you're not happy with what's happening in the United States right now. The other thing that's coming up is a March 4th protest in Washington, D.C. And the ALCU, and so I also found it seems like they're also trying to protest at all the states again, the 5050.1 ONE. It seems like they're also, because originally this protest was supposed to be in DC only on March 4th, but now it seems like all the states are also going to be having this. So you can actually go to 5050.1 and find out about that. And you want to type it that way because there is another website that's similar. That's 5051.org, but that's not the same as this 5050.1. So there you can find out some more information. And, if you are going to go and protest, there's some great things to learn. Here's another tiny URL, /.com /capital GVTV 5051 call. And so they did a call about the organization where you can find out more about them. And let's see, the ACLU did a specific training. And so you can actually learn about their training, which I got some points from the call. I went to the call or got the information from a viewer of ours, Lil, who spoke a couple of weeks ago. And so tinyurl.com /capital GVTV ACLU training. And so some points that they made from that call, which I thought was pretty good, because I've been to different protests and stuff. And as soon as I get close enough to one, I will be attending. So some of the points that she made or they made in the call was you don't necessarily want to go to a protest all by yourself. You want to go with some other people. You want to go with friends or other people that are interested in doing the same. The other point that I remember, and go to the call because you get all of the information, but these were some highlights that I remember. You want to cover your face with a bandana or a face mask because there is the facial recognition technology out there where the government could, track us down. They also talked about putting your phone on airplane mode so that they can't track you. And there's some other things you can do so you're not being tracked by your phone. They also said to be very mindful when you're recording. If you want to share with other people, you don't necessarily want to show people's faces. You could show the big wide pictures of the crowd, but you don't want to put anyone at risk by identifying them as coming to the protest because we can't trust our government. It's unfortunate to say. This particular administration, I do not trust at all. And, they haven't yet, but it's not with not with, it's very possible that they could start attacking some of the people that come to the protests if they can identify them. So we have to be wary of that and protect ourselves. But as I shared with you earlier, we have a First Amendment right to peacefully protest and go to the government to address our grievances. Let's see. The other thing is don't bring anything valuable that you could lose or get confiscated, like jewelry or things like that when you go to a protest. Bring food and water if you're going to be there a long time. Dress appropriately for the weather, whatever it may be. Kudos out to the people who've been protesting up north in DC. I mean, there have been a lot of public protests happening that I'm not even aware of. The media doesn't always cover it, so you only find out about it through either word of mouth or social media. And let's see, I told you about airplane mode, and I think that was most of what I remember from the call. But so go to this training if you want, and you can actually go. Actually, this tiny URL gets you to sign up for the next training, and the next training is March 3rd, and they're doing 2 a month. And it's to help people to train them if you're going to go protest, how to do it in a way that's safe. Okay, so I told you about 5050.1. And all of these organizations, very interesting. They're all working together. They're noting each other's group. They're partnering together. So we're building a unified front. Buildresistance.org is another website where you can get some information that talks about this. Indivisible.org is another one as well. And the good old email your Congress people. If you're upset about what's happening, and this is one of the reasons I'm sharing this, is because it's about we the people. We have to be active in sharing our thoughts about if we're not happy with what's happening. Federal workers are being fired. Funding for things that the Congress has appropriated for is being stopped, and that's illegal. The court system is now finally we have 3 branches of government, and they're all supposed to be checks and balances on each one. Well, the executive branch is out of control, trying to take all this power. He thinks he's a king. We got rid of the king back 250 years ago. So perhaps it's time for a second American Revolution. So email your Congress people. I've been doing this about every other day when I see some things, and I'm watching more social media. I'm getting my information from Midas Touch, which is a network on YouTube. And also another good resource is Malcolm Nance, who is a intelligence officer, has written several books on what's been happening with autocrats and this kind of thing. And he kind of predicted this. So the other thing you can do is call your Congress people. This is the switchboard number, 202-224-3121. You let them know who your congressperson is, and they can also help you get that information if you don't know, and they'll patch you through. The times I've called, I've gotten voicemails, so I've left voicemail messages. But the main thing is, the numbers. We overwhelm them with emails and let them know that we are not happy with what's happening and we want change. So the other action that you can take in protesting is get off of the X platform. I deleted my X account and use Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a great alternative. Alternative. And if you want to follow me on Blue Sky, go to at goodvibestv.bsky.social. And if you have, it's very easy to make an account, but that's one way to, protest. Basically, you don't have to peacefully protest in the streets. There are other ways to do it, through the pocketbook, through emails, through using social media that aren't affiliated with those powers that are really trying to mess things up for our country, in my opinion. So, and you may or may not believe any of this. This may not make sense to you, or you might be on the other spectrum of this, but I see a problem. I feel like our country is at stake. We are in distress, and, you know, we have to empower ourselves to do what feels right. The other thing that we can do, and where did my little thing go, is this more of a spiritual aspect of it, is meditate every day. Pamela Gregory, who is an astrologer, started this on Sundays at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, whatever time zone that is for you, to meditate, send love and light to the planet for 15 minutes. And as this momentum, this works just as good as peacefully protesting. So it depends, when we have angst about something, I think it's important to take action, whether that action is prayer and meditation and sending good vibes, or actually peacefully protesting and, participating in our government, and letting those that be know what it is that we want. And if we have grievances, we should be, our Constitution says we can address those grievances without fear of punishment. So this is the other part is, and then she started doing it on just Sundays, but now she's doing it every day at 2 o'clock, encouraging everyone. 2 o'clock, 15 minutes. I set my timer every day, like 5 to 2, and it goes off, drives my husband crazy. And I'm not able to do it every day, but when I'm able to do it, I do feel great, because I feel like I am making a difference. All right, so that's what I got for you as far as what's happening in our country and about our Constitution. Now let's talk a little bit about the astrology and what's happening in the world. So tonight we actually have a new moon in the sign of Pisces at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So you may have heard or on social media how there's a parade of planets. We could see all these planets. Well, specifically today, the sun and the moon, because when it's a new moon, they're aligned together. They join Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, which is the last zodiac sign, while Venus and Chiron, two other planets, will be in the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So there's this interesting energy of endings and new beginnings. So the first and last signs of the zodiac are activated, and like I said, there's a theme of endings and beginnings. Now, the sign of Pisces, the energy of Pisces, dissolves. It melts away resistance. And as old structures are purged, there's a paradox with every Pisces new moon, because the Pisces energy is dissolving and letting go and surrendering, while we have a new moon, which is brand new beginnings. So the new beginnings are actually in a Pisces new moon. The new beginnings are directly activated by letting go. So the magic to use this energy is to clear your space, your energetic space, your mental space, your physical space, but clear the space so that you can allow new frequencies in, new opportunities, new wisdom, something that better aligns with you, that matches your awakening and who you are now becoming. So I love how, the new moons are great times to start new projects, to kind of renew yourself, a great time to start that. And then it builds up to the full moon. And a great resource is Tanya Gabrielle, who is a astrologer that I like to follow, and she's on YouTube. And this tinyurl.com/GVTV, Tanya New Moon, will get you the information, more details about, she goes through the chart. It's very, a lot more elaborate than what I'm giving you here, but she's a great resource to follow if you want to know more about the astrology that's happening. And in about a month, we're coming up on the spring equinox. So this is where we've got equal daylight, equal night. It's kind of that midpoint between the winter solstice and the summer solstice. Summer solstice is when we've got the full-blown energy of the sun. Winter solstice is when the sun is at its least amount of power, I guess. In the northern hemisphere. It's opposite in the southern hemisphere. So just to let you know, that's happening. So that's another period of new beginnings and new growth. All right. So I do, and considering new beginnings and new growth, I wanted to share. I finally got my copy of the Art of Connection book. Of course I can. There you go. It's a big book. And I am on October 27th, and I have my little message about abundance. And so you can see right there. There you go. So my quote, my information, everything is there. The other thing that was really cool is this year, Robert, the publisher, he created this 365 Days of Abundance journaling. It's a journaling book. And it's really big, and you have all these pages that you can journal. And it doesn't end. There are different quotes from the actual book and plenty of room to journal. So journaling is a great technique to use. And if you're interested in this book, I've got, here is a tiny URL that you can purchase it from Amazon. Shop my Amazon store, tinyurl.com/GVTV Abundance BK for book. So that's what I've got for you there. And I will put all of these links in the description of the YouTube channel, Good Vibes TV. Okay, so next I want to share with you Longevity with Light. I have another webinar coming up on March 13th, so go ahead and mark that in your books. It'll be at 8 o'clock, and we do our best to keep it to 30 minutes. So this next month, we're going to be talking about a light technology that is actually used to balance hormones and also help with weight loss. So it's going to be really great, but you can watch the replay that we did for February here at tinyurl.com/Dr. Kneller, DrKneller. And again, I'll put that in the description of the YouTube channel. So he talked about heart and had a great presentation, and I would definitely encourage you to watch that. All right, so it's time for the Oracle of the Month. And this month we've been working with the Affirmations for a Stress-Free Life by Louise Hay. And I will shuffle some of these cards and see what message Spirit has for us. So let me see if I get my little camera up. Here we go. Oops. Here's the what the box looks like. And when you open it, it says relax. And then she has an affirmation there. I let go of all negativity that rests in my mind, in my body and mind. So let me shuffle these cards and see what message Spirit has for us today. And here it is. I am safe when I express my feelings. I am safe when I express my feelings. I can be serene in any situation. I am safe when I express my feelings and can be serene in any situation. So that kind of applies a little bit, when we're talking about protesting or sharing things on social media or sharing with our friends how we really feel about things. Yes, and we can be serene. We don't have to be agitated or all upset, but really come from a peaceful place, because peace is a good vibration, a good place to be. So I am safe when I express my whoops. I am safe when I express my feelings. I can be serene in any situation. So if you like this deck, again, just go to my Amazon store. And the way you do that, just go to good-vibes.tv. You'll have all my resources there. All right. And let's switch back to this. And finally, today, I do want to talk about the tip of the week to raise your vibration. So last week's tip of the week was to learn the emotional freedom technique. And this is the tapping technique that Nick Ortner does. And I have last week's information on how to get to Nick Ortner's World Tapping Summit. It's a tapping summit he's been doing for many years now, that he's every day for 10 days, you have different, maybe up to 3 or more different people that you can listen to and learn about tapping for different issues. The emotional tapping technique is a great technique to learn. So that is something I wanted to share. And this week's tip of the week is to practice the power pose. So this I got from Tony Robbins. He teaches in his different events. And the power pose is like doing Superman, putting your hands on your waist, and you do this standing. I'm sitting right now. You stand and breathe deep, and just being, your feet are apart and you're standing like Superman or Wonder Woman, and you are just breathing deep, and you are being, this is considered a power position. So when you are getting ready to say, protest or peacefully protest, let me always put that in there, peacefully protest, or go to a meeting or something where you need to kind of get into your power, putting your hands on your waist and putting your chest out and breathing deep, take 10 deep breaths. You can actually even say an affirmation like, I am powerful, or I tap into my power, or I am empowered, or whatever affirmation it is that suits you for that particular moment in time. So this is a great position to stand in, which helps you get into that power position. And when you're in that, by changing our physical state, we change our vibration. So the power position is a great one to remember whenever you're feeling powerless. Stand and breathe and see how your energy shifts. It really makes a difference. All right, my friends. So this is the show for this week. I want to thank you for watching. And if you did get value from this episode, please share it with your friends. Follow me on YouTube. I'm working to build the channel there. And also send me an email, just leslie@good-vibes.tv. If you have any subjects you want to talk about, or just anything that you want to share about an episode, I'm happy to hear from you, and want to give you that option to respond by email. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a beautiful week. Be safe if you're going to the protest. And tomorrow, remember, tonight, don't buy anything for 24 hours. Do your buying today, do your buying Saturday. Let's see what happens. This is, I see it as an experiment. Let's see, I'm going to participate, and let's see what happens. Let's see if the people's voices will be heard. And I know that they will. So have a beautiful day and week, and I will see you next week. Peace out, everyone.